So guys, I'm going to mark a straight line across. This will serve as my shoulder line. After that, I'll determine my gown length. So my gown length is, I want to leave it at 36 and a half. But I added extra 1 inch to make it 37 and a half for folding allowance, okay? So after making a straight line across, what I'm going to do here is to place my tape from that point to the excess I had. It was 7 inch. So I'm going to use it to make a straight line. Then I'll cut it out, okay? So after cutting, I'm also going to cut out this other side, like you remove the excess, you cut out the excess. The next thing you want to do now is to mark half of your shoulder circumference and determine the length you want for the sleeve. So I want to leave mine at 10 inch plus 1 inch for folding of the sleeve, okay? From that point, I'll come down by 1.5 inch for my shoulder slope. Then I'm going to connect like so. I'll mark 3 inch for my neck width and also come down by 5 inch for my neck depth. I'm going to make a round neckline just like this. From that shoulder slope, I'm going to come down by 8 inch. This is for the armhole depth. And from the shoulder, I am going to come down by my waistline of 15 inch. I'm going to mark like so. From the 15 inch I'm going to come down by 8 inch. This will serve as my hip line. I will also extend the chest line or armhole depth like so. Then I will mark quarter of my bust circumference. I will mark 1 inch for seam allowance and 1 inch for ease. At the waistline, you're going to mark quarter of your waist circumference, add 1 inch for seam allowance and 1 inch for ease. Then connect from there to your waistline, and on the hip line, mark quarter of your hip circumference, add 1 inch for seam allowance and 1 inch for ease. Connect from the waistline to your hip. Once you are done with that, measure what you have there in total on the hip line. It was 11 inch. I'm going to mark the 11 inch at the hem part. Then I'm going to use it to make a straight line. Just connect from that point to the hip line. So once I'm done with this, guys, I want to cut out this side. I noticed it wasn't that straight, so I had to trim it out a little bit. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to cut through my shoulder slope just like this, and also cut my neckline. Okay, so guys, after cutting this, the next thing I want to do is to come up by 7 inch. Okay, you're going to come up by 7 inch like this and mark. If you want to add curve to yours, you can make a simple curve like this. Can you see? But I won't be needing the curve. I don't need the curve, so I'll just leave the 7 inch. That's for the opening. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to cut the back piece. So the neckline for the front and back piece is the same. You can decide to choose a high neckline for the back if you want. Okay, so I'll keep one of the piece aside, that is the back piece. I will keep it aside. Then I will take note of the measurement I have at the other side. I'm going to replace everything here. Okay, from the shoulder I came down by 8 inch. For my armhole depth, I marked it, then also mark the inches I have there. On the waistline, I did the same thing. You have to take note of whatever measurement you have on the other side. Just like you see me doing here, you replace it on the waist side. I did the same thing at the hip side, and I had to take note of the total measurement I have there. I marked it at the hem and also went up by 7 inch. So after this, next thing I want to do is to pipe the neckline using my black bias. I'll repeat the same thing on the other piece. After piping, guys, this was what I had on the both piece. I'm going to place right side facing each other like so, and I'm going to head over straight my sewing machine to stitch the both shoulders. So I'm going to stitch the shoulders with 1/2 inch stitching allowance just like this. I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. After stitching the shoulder, guys, you can see what I have here for both sides of the shoulder. So the next thing I want to do is to, I'm going to stitch this side, the both side. So if you're marking or taking your measurements, you're going to take this from the right side of your fabric. Okay, from the right side of your fabric, so that when you want to shape it, it will be easier for you. Okay, so you're going to shape and stop at that point at the 7 inch you came up by. You're going to shape and stop there. So after shaping, guys, what I want to do next is to fold the hem. But before folding your hem, you're going to fold the side. Okay, you're going to fold the both side first. from that point to this other point here before folding the hem part of your dress. So after folding, guys, you can see what I have here. So I've gone ahead to do that. Next thing I want to do is to iron and I'll put it on. So guys, this was the outcome of our beautiful Ankara butterfly dress. We have come to the end of today's tutorial. If you love this video, kindly hit on the subscribe button, turn on notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload new video. I remain Style by Gosi. Thank you so much guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.